This reaction is brought to you by my $5 or more patrons at patreon.com/AlexHeitz. I'd like to thank Identitech, TFG, Will E., William Myatt, Steve Aldersley, Kurt David, Jason Bates, at HawkGirlVideo69 on Twitter, Mason Frost, Matthew McLaughlin, Andres Glacial, Biff C., B. Jabber, and Joey Enough for sponsoring this video, supporting me, my family, the channel, encouraging all this nonsense to continue forward unabated. Thank you all so much. I hope you enjoy the video. I'm still sick. I had to take a couple days off of song reactions because of my voice, and I'm still at like 70% capacity, 30% sick. It sucks. It's been like this for a week. But the show must go on. I'll just have deep, sultry tones, and occasionally my voice will crack. But that's okay. What else is new? Yes, so welcome back, everybody, to a new album reaction. Continuing forward with The Cure here. A couple more Cure albums and a Pole album. Doing good so far. Trying to get one of these out a week. Trying to be very regimented with the schedule. Trying to turn this into a job. That's my goal. Anyway. Yeah. So, for those who don't know, I do unedited reactions on my Patreon, patreon.com/AlexHeitz. $10 a month gets you access to everything I've reacted to album-wise from Modest Mouse going forward, unedited. I think it's about 16 albums so far, including this one. I have a few people supporting at that level, so if you're interested, go on over there, check it out. If not, $1 a month just to support is greatly appreciated. It gets you access to vote in polls that I do every 2 to 4 albums, where people can choose which album I listen to next. The Head on the Door. Sorry, everyone, we're skipping the top for this time. For those who don't know, I will sometimes circle around to artists I've done before. I usually do like the biggest albums on the first run, but also try to weed out ones just for the sake of time to getting to next artists, you know. And then I'll circle back later and do albums I missed. So I did that with New Order. I will be doing that with David Bowie. And I'll do that with The Cure as well. I'll come back. I'll get the top. I'll get Wish. Maybe one of the later ones if there's anything worth looking at, listening to. But yes, we're doing The Head on the Door. This is 1985. I did Japanese Whispers, which was a very interesting little post-punkish, new wave-ish pop thing that was very weird, very synthy, very interesting, and it kind of bridges the gap to the top and then The Head on the Door. We're kind of getting into pop Cure, which is some of my favorite Cure-ish, depends, I don't know. I haven't heard most of it, so, but I love Just Like Heaven, so we'll see. We'll see what we got here. Alt rock, pop, also got some post-punk new wave, a little bit of gothic rock in here as well. We have 10 tracks at 37 minutes, so it's a very simple, nice, small-ish album. Yeah, we finally have Simon Gallup back as well, because I believe he was absent on the top, if I'm not mistaken. Love his bass work. I think we're just going to get right on into this with In Between Days. This is a kind of a lead single or something like that, jangle pop-ish song. Let's give it a go. Off to a nice start. Very simple, very brisk, short, 2 minutes, 57 seconds. Nice tone. I like the jangle tone. Production is nice. It had a, gosh, what did that remind me of? A little bit of the opening track off of Movement by New Order, maybe? You kind of know what I'm saying? You know what I'm saying? Anyway, I'm eager to keep going, eager to keep listening. Kyoto Song. Gothic is still here. That's nice. I like the kind of slow sauntering element to it. Um, there's remnants of like some of the previous albums on here, as far as like not in composition but in sound, if that makes any sense. The production is still there. Although we have David Allen as a producer. And he produced Disintegration. Okay, so I can kind of see that there, the connection. Good. I'm liking it so far. The Blood. Oh boy. Tons of surprises here, like Latin flamenco guitar. What? And on the previous one, obviously like a Japanese inspiration, but like the synth work is very subtle and intentional here. Um this is a very varied album so far. I'm liking it though. I'm digging it. 6 different ways. So far, every track considerably different from the next, and they're all interesting, fun, catchy. It so far, like In Between Days, I think is obviously the best one so far, but um, it's very solid. While at the like every song so far has felt like a good 3.5 to 4 out of 5 to me. Just in their own, and they have their own strengths, very unique strengths. That's a an advantage. Push. It's the most alt rock song I've heard from The Cure so far. Quite solid. I like that one. There was a very like jangle pop, just straight alt rock chords kind of track. I haven't really heard anything like that from The Cure so far. Very anthemic too. Interesting. I dig. I dig. All right, side 2. Let's flip the vinyl. Should I make that a thing? I flip the vinyl every halfway through every album. The baby screams. That it does. Okay, kind of a weak track to start a side of a vinyl on. Um, just a little bland compared to some of the previous tracks. But you can't all be winners. All right, Close to Me. This is actually one of the first, I was about to say Smiths. That's how jangly I am right now. First Cure songs I ever heard, which was on a mix CD given to me by a coworker at the time. So I am familiar with this track. I have not heard it in a long time, though. I remember being kind of put off by Robert's really kind of weird ASMR vocals, but let's go. It's really the vocal delivery is the only thing I don't like about that song. I think the rest is catchy and it's fun, and it is nice and good. It's a nice and good boy. A night like this. The use of like brass on a lot of some of these tracks, like the horns on "Close to Me," "Close to Me," "Close to You," "Close to Me," um, and then a nice, never no sax before a fight, young man. Um, a nice tasteful sax. That's the thing is like they're not like experimenting with different genres. They're tastefully putting in or incorporating different instruments into their already jangly gothic post-punk new wave alt rock music, if you will. That was nice though. That was nice. Anyway, next track, Screw. Robert, what did you do, Robert? It wasn't bad. Um, every album has to have its object or its doubt. You gotta have that kind of weaker track to make all the others look good. Sinking, final track. Feels like the back half of Disintegration here. Nice. That one I think was quite solid, quite good. My only like slight nitpicks are that like some of the production didn't mesh. The production was maybe a tad messy. Mainly the bass, like the bass tone, not that the bass melody was fine, but the bass tone just it was a little too separated from like the rest of the thing. Maybe if it was a little chunkier, it would have like fit in there, but it sounded a little too clean and kind of boppy. But everything else, like I said, very much like Disintegration on the second side of that album. Very reverby keyboard, synth strings, very much in that vein. The Head on the Door. It is a very good album. I like this quite a bit. Side 1 is almost impeccable. Side 2 is a bit of a mess. Yeah, I love pretty much everything on side 1. I think is quite nice, quite good, very interesting. In Between Days is fantastic. Kyoto Song and The Blood have their own strengths. 6 Different Ways, a fun departure, very much in a lighter tone. Push was an interesting thing. They kind of went basic to a degree, but it's very simple jangle pop art rock kind of a thing, but it worked. The Baby Screams I'm not so big on. And Screw I think is obviously the worst track here, but it's okay. It's just like it does not fit at all. And Close to Me, like I said, I have a history with that track. I'm already familiar with it, so it's kind of hard to gauge it now. That horn section is nice. A Night Like This, saxophone was great. And Sinking, which I just described, good. Quite good. I like this quite a bit, and I'm eager to re-listen to a lot of these tracks. I think they're quite nice. Anyway, that's all I have for you guys. The Head on the Door, good album. Stay tuned for Kiss Me, Kiss Me, Kiss Me, which will be the next album I will do from The Cure. All right, things to plug. Patreon.com/AlexHeitz. I said this at the opening. $1 a month supports the channel, encourages growth. You like growth. I like growth. Let's grow. $10 a month is unedited reactions from Modest Mouse going forward, about 16 albums at this point. And then the Discord, link in the description for that. Got about 150 members almost there. Music discussion, recommendations, Topster charts, controversial topics, hot music takes, and memes. That's about all we do there, and it's a fun time. So head on over there if you'd like to join the community of this man who listens to music and puts it on YouTube. That is all I have for you guys. I hope you're all doing well. Please pray that I get better. I have been sick for a week, and I don't want to be sick anymore, even though my voice sounds awesome. I want the cure. Can I have the cure? I just had the cure. Will I get better? Let's see. Anyway, thank you everyone so much for watching. Stay tuned for whatever I do next. I'm sure it'll be amazing. And until then, Godspeed.